everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Lily and I'm a Chinese transracial adoptee. Every week I post videos about my experience as a transracial adoptee, so if that's something you're interested in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Hey everyone, so this isn't going to be like a typical advocacy video, but it is something that a lot of people ask me about, so I figured I would just do a quick little chat about how I advocate, how I, choose the platforms I use and how I stay consistent. And so, as you all know, my advocacy journey started here on YouTube, and for the first year and a half of it, I had zero plan. And I would say now I'm still not great at YouTube strategy or whatever. And I'm going to be frank, that's something I don't care about. I'm not trying to become YouTube famous. I'm not trying to turn this into a job that's sustainable. I'm not trying to do any of that really. This is first and foremost a video journal for myself. And second, it is a resource for other adoptees to listen to watch, to basically feel some connection and remind themselves that they're not alone. And so, yeah, in the beginning, I was basically just filming and posting whenever I had the time and the energy. And then I realized, this is something that I want to do regularly and I can see the value it has for other people. And so then I started batch creating content. And yeah, everyone asks me oh, you're so busy, you're in grad school. And I'm like, yeah, I am. But today I'm filming 3 to 4 videos and I will edit those, caption them and stuff and schedule them in advance. And so whenever I post, it's never me posting in real time. And that includes Instagram. So once I got my YouTube started, I started delving into Instagram because I saw everybody making those graphics. Some people call them memes. I always thought memes were supposed to be a funny thing. I don't know, maybe I'm remembering memes from high school and middle school where it's just pictures of penguins and stuff, but I call them graphics. And so, I just get on Canva and I edit a bunch of graphics, and then I have a stockpile of 5 to 10 at any given time, and I'll schedule them to post. My blog is not as organized, and honestly, that was one that I thought would be the easiest to organize. Oh, I just have all these blog posts ready to go. No. And maybe it's because I have YouTube and Instagram as well, and so it's just harder for me to make this content. But yeah, with the blog posts, it's really book reviews mostly, and then when I have stuff to talk about adoption wise or wedding wise or life wise, I'll just write it and schedule it for the next day. And so that's definitely more of a live on the edge of the seat kind of thing. But yeah, my advice for people who want to do this kind of thing is to batch create your content, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to stay consistent and, have people rely on you for content, because life happens. And so, life might be great and you might have a great schedule of, oh, I film on Tuesday, I edit on Wednesday and Thursday, I post on Friday. And that's how the same thing every week. But, something can come up in life and suddenly, oh, you didn't film on Tuesday. So now your whole schedule is push back, or you're doubling up on work a day so that way you don't miss your schedule. My advice seriously is just have a stash of content ready to go. And you might not have to schedule all of it, but at least have it there in case you can't stick to your schedule. So then you have backup plans over here instead. And so yeah, my general thing is on a weekend, because that's when I have the free time, I'll film anywhere from 2 to 4 videos. I've found that when I film more, I get tired and my video quality just kind of goes down because I'm kind of over it by then and I don't really want to talk anymore. And so I'll film 2 to 4 videos, and then in the coming month or so, I'll get to editing all of them. And then I use rev.com. This is not sponsored, I'm just telling you exactly what I do to caption my videos. And that's not something I did in the past But now that I have, a bit more flexibility in my finances and more people have found me, I want my videos to be accessible to as many people as possible. So to do that, I'm starting with captioning at least my videos now and in the future. I need to figure out how to get all the old ones captioned because it can get costly. So yeah, and then I have Canva for creating my thumbnails and everything, and it's so easy to do once you have your routine and once you have templates and everything. It's just, I think, getting started, that's the hardest part. And so, in my last video I talked about how I really think adoptees should strive to share their stories on their own platforms so that way they can ensure they own everything. They're in total control of everything that happens to their story. And yeah, to do that, you need to have some sort of plan. I know some people get really into like the SEO and what time is the best time to publish, and you need to be commenting on X amount of videos so people discover you. And I mean, I'm sure it works because there's so many people out there that do have really large followings and they have turned YouTube into a job, but that's just never been my goal. I don't want to use my story as my job. Like, yeah, that's not it. It's my video journal. So, I really just take a low key approach to it, and I think that's pretty obvious considering I took a long break from advocacy because you get burnt out and it's emotionally tiring being this vulnerable. And so just take care of yourself and have your content ready for when you need to take breaks. Because I didn't, and that's why there was just no advocacy videos for several weeks. That's how I stay consistent. Those are some of the websites I use. And video editing, that's up to you. Whatever your preferred software is, that's the part that gets pricey. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need fancy lights or anything. If you're genuine and authentic, people will see that and they will appreciate it. And that's what really gets people to connect, because you can have all the fancy equipment, but if you're inauthentic and people can see through your story and see through whatever you're saying, like, then they're not going to connect and stick around. So there it is, adoptees. That's the amateur advice I have for you, but most important thing, have control of your story, have ownership over it, and do with it what you will. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more, you can check out these two right here. But other than that, I will see you in the next one.